What's up, everybody? It is Mar Sports. It is your boy Marshall. Today, we haven't talked about NASCAR in a while, so I figured we talked about today because it might be the off season on track, but off track, it's certainly not the case, especially this year, because NASCAR is in a lawsuit with 2311, which is co-owned by Michael Jordan and should be NASCAR champion Denny Hamlin, and Front Runner Sports, which is owned by Bob Jenkins. So yeah. Basically, if y'all know what happened, so in NASCAR, there is a charter system, which is basically like running your own franchise. You can buy and sell it. Like there's 36 of them in the field, uh, and the charter system has been around since 2016, I believe. So yeah, they re-signed in 2020, and then 2024, uh, 2023 and 2024 really, they're negotiating a new charter deal. That would be that would be impact, which would be very impactful to the sport. Because let's just say NASCAR versus the teams, they want different stuff. Now, I will say both of them wanted to keep the charters, well, at least for the time being. NASCAR wanted to extend it for a few years. Like I think they said like 6 or 7 years. I'm not even kidding. So I know your children be like, oh, but that's around the time they would probably have extended it. So I believe it goes to their TV deal. But yeah, but on the other hand, the teams wanted the charters to be completely permanent. So like they wanted the charter system to be permanent to NASCAR, like they could never change it and all that. Which I think would have been probably the best move for NASCAR, is for the Cup Series. Xfinity trucks don't need charters, and ARCA does not need charters either. I think Cup with charters is actually completely valid, gives them more money and all that. So yeah, and let's just say there's some disagreements on the charter agreement. They're like they had a few proposals, NASCAR had a few proposals, but the teams didn't agree with it, and some other weird stuff. Um, and uh, and then NASCAR eventually just said, "F it," like the "F it" deal. Here's a charter agreement. You have like 6 hours to sign it. Um, and people and a lot of the teams that signed it were very hesitant to sign it, but they signed it. But there were two teams that did not sign it, which were 2311 Racing and Front Row Motorsports. 2311 Racing has been in the sport for, I believe this is their fifth year because they started in 2021. And then Front Row, they've been in the sport for a while. I think, oh, like 15 years at least. I don't know how long they've actually been. But they've been in the sport for a while, at least since the COT era. So they've been in the sport for a while. And none of these teams signed the agreement, which I think is completely valid considering what NASCAR, like how NASCAR initiated it or like assigned it and what was on there. Because like if if you have like a 60 billion page document to read, or man, I can't even read that much in that much time, bro. Like I won't even get to read all of it and then have to sign it before I can even finish reading it. And yeah. And then like if I don't agree with most of the things on there, yeah, I wouldn't be exactly happy about it. Um, so yeah, but 2311 were bold enough to not sign it. And then, oh my God, a big knot in my hair. So then awkwardness between the teams and all that. And then the thing it happened. That 2311 Racing and Front Row Motorsports sue NASCAR on an antitrust case, basically claiming that NASCAR is a monopoly. And yeah, that's mainly what it's come to at this point, NASCAR being a monopoly. But like, I'm not gonna go over every single little detail. But that's basically what 2311 Front Row claiming. And of course, this has to do with the char agreement. Not just that, but like how the money's distributed, how everything just ran in NASCAR. Generally with money is the main thing, but mainly because NASCAR is a monopoly, which does not do anything. Well, they're not. It's not a promotion to the game necessarily, but basically, if y'all don't know what a monopoly is, that's like um one brand controlling, like being the only thing, and they can control everything that goes on with it. Kind of like that. Here, let me just, it's a, it's probably more like long definition, but definition, define monopoly. Um, the exclusive possession or control of the supply of a or trade in a company or service. Um, so yeah, I mean they really based the whole board game off that word. So yeah, but NASCAR basically they're claiming that NASCAR runs everything with stock car racing, and like they're the only ones that can do it. And they have to control and they control everything that goes on with stock car racing. So yeah, like they like there's been stuff in the past, rumblings in the past, like the teams can't race in any other series outside NASCAR, at least in your stock car series. Um, but you have like Penske and back then Chip Ganassi when they were still NASCAR, they raced in like IndyCar and all that. Um, I think it's mainly just stock car racing as a whole. And they don't like when other it seems like they don't like when other teams and drivers go to the other sport, go to the other leagues because if y'all don't remember, because we're now going to talk about like the most recent stuff. If you don't remember the SRX, it was basically like IROC revived everything. Like it was where all the best drivers from each series come together and race together. It was a really fun series. And basically NASCAR didn't really like that. They were roasting SRX and all that. They said it was terrible to their brand and all that. And like they were not happy with drivers racing SRX. Like this was leadership texts that were leaked. So yeah. By the way, someone's probably gonna do a whole documentary on this lawsuit, bro. Like I imagine someone on YouTube will do it, which that'd be amazing, bro. Because I'm not gonna be the one that does that. Well, maybe actually never say never, but at least right now I'm not gonna do that. But yeah. But sets come out all that about SRX, like apparently claiming it's like it was hurtful to NASCAR and all that. They said all they want's the money and all that. Yeah, it's a messy situation. And at this point, it's looking like 23-11 front row gonna win it. At least take the most momentum at the moment. So yeah, but I'm gonna make lawsuit predictions. So, because the trial is gonna be held a week from tomorrow, and tomorrow is Monday, November 24th. And then December 1st is when the actual trial starts. So take that for what you will, because it's about to get real messy, that's for sure. Because this legal battle has gone on for over a year. They've been like they haven't been able to settle it. Like there was another lawsuit in NASCAR, Rick Ware and Legacy Motor Club. They were able to settle that. But they had not settled. They had a settlement conference. They've had like hearings and all that. A bunch of messy stuff. That's for sure. But it's led to where we are now, or going to be next week. Because they could settle any time, from what I can tell. But like they're not gonna settle. Like they're like every source is saying they're gonna head to court, which I think is completely valid, considering like what we've seen and all that. Because I don't think they're coming to a settlement. But this, yeah, but this series um should probably not get cut for clean by the NFL. But NASCAR is kind of in a bad spot right now, I will admit, because I feel like what I'm seeing, what everyone's reporting, 2311 front row had the momentum at the moment. Like at this point, I feel like 2311 front row are really just trying to expose NASCAR at this point, which I mean, if they're doing stuff behind the scenes, I think that's valid. Well, like valid as in like it's valid to expose them because like who knows what's going on back there? You want to make everyone, you gotta make the teams happy too, but you can't just be one team happy. You can just have the organization be happy, not the teams. And I don't know if no one, not everyone's gonna be happy after this lawsuit ends. But I'm willing to bet that it's going to get kind of messy, I will admit. Like it's going to be a few weeks, I think, the trial. It's scheduled for December 1st. We've known about like some of this stuff. It's been a while since they filed the lawsuit originally. Last October, I think it was. October 2024. So it's been going on for a while. I didn't really start paying attention until like this year, like towards like the beginning of the season when I started paying attention. But yeah, it's just I was so busy at the time. Yeah. But th this lawsuit is going to come down to like what we've seen on that. Because maybe 2311 front row are like, maybe they're the ones that are trying to like manipulate everyone and like they're gonna end up losing. Who knows? I don't think that's the case. Um, because it seems like NASCAR, from what I've seen, NASCAR is not looking good right now. Like their leaked text and all their stuff is not a good look for NASCAR. Like it does not look good on them at all. Like leadership, like the leadership, the fact they're like talking about this behind the scenes, and who knows what else they're talking about. Pretty insane. It's just lots of like bad stuff, man. I tell you what, a lot of shady stuff, to say the least. It just seems like NASCAR just wants to control everything. That's what it seems like in 2011. We're like, no, 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 no. So yeah, but I feel like NASCAR, if you wait on like what the playoff format's gonna be like next year and all that, you're have to wait a bit because who knows what this lawsuit's gonna come out. Like, I don't think it's gonna change the playoff format or anything like that. But like, there's nothing to do with the playoff format. But it's gonna be pretty crazy though, I will say, because I feel like I've said this, it's gonna be absolute cinema, but in the worst ways possible. Because I will say I'm not necessarily excited for this lawsuit. Not excited for this lawsuit. I hate to see my one of my favorite sports go to court like that. But honestly, I'm very intrigued to see like things that we never know about NASCAR, like what they're saying behind, what like someone gets some of the behind the scenes stuff. It'll be very interesting to see like how the sports run. Um, oh my God, Dallas won. Um, so I'm watching the Dallas Cowboys beat the Eagles. Let's freaking go, bro. But like I feel like just yeah, it's just sorry I got distracted. I just feel like that NASCAR is not in a good position right now based on what I'm seeing. Like a lot of things could happen, and between now and the actual trial starts, but I highly doubt they're gonna settle before then because they're not gonna settle. Like if like 2311, if they would have settled by now, then if they're not settling right now, that means they're going to court. Like 2311 front row clearly still have not gotten their point. Like clearly have still not gotten everything they wanted yet. And NASCAR on the other hand is just trying to like weed this away and all that. It's just insane, bro. Like genuinely insane. But like it's just absolutely wild, bro. Like it's gonna be shit. It's gonna be interesting. So I'm very interested to see this lawsuit because one, I kind of want to get over with, obviously. Two, like I'm very intrigued to see like some things that come out for NASCAR about NASCAR and like some of the other teams. It's gonna be very interesting. We might find out like some of the money stuff, like maybe how much the TV deals cost and like how much the charters would cost. We'll find out some transaction. We'll find out some stuff years past. Maybe we'll find out like Chip Ganassi why they left. Yeah, well, we kind of know why they left. They got a lot of money from Justin Mars, yeah. But unfortunately, from what I can tell, this is not going to be a televised court trial, which really kind of sucks. I'd be watching it all day because I'm actually off school this week for Thanksgiving, and then next week I go back. So whenever we go back, I'm going to be like on my computer, like NASCAR lawsuit updates, NASCAR trial updates at that point. So yeah, sorry, but like it's going to be determine the future of NASCAR for years to come. Like NASCAR has been around for 77 years, I think, something like that. I think they're going to their 78th next year. That's insane. It's going to be very interesting to see like what comes out of this trial and all that. Said, here's my predictions. I'm not a legal expert by any means. I've learned a lot of legal terms through this case, I will admit. Like I've learned what antitrust means. I've learned what I kind of learned what plaintiffs mean. I learned what like well, I knew monopolies are kind of, I knew more about them. I know a lot of stuff out of this lawsuit I never thought I'd know. I learned what court hearings are. I learned what settlements are. I learned a lot about the legal system just through the NASCAR lawsuit. My government and entrepreneurship, like a teacher, would be very happy because like they do the same kind of things. But yeah, because entrepreneurship on the money side of things, government on the legal side of things. Yeah. Anyways, who I think is to win this case? My week before trial predictions. I'm going to say now. Who is? I'm just gonna search up who's projected to win this trial. I already have my pick. I'm just curious because honestly, right now, 2211 has in front row has the most momentum going into this. Honestly, if 2211 front row win this trial, they should NASCAR should have to name Denny Hamlin a NASCAR champion. Like a NASCAR champion, bro. That'd be hilarious, bro. That. Yeah, but I really hope that I'm not really pulling for anyone to win this trial necessarily because right now I'm kind of siding with 23 in front row, 2311 front row, just because based on here for NASCAR doesn't really reflect well on them a little bit. So and right now, based on the pre-trial, because who knows what happens in the trial, I'm gonna say 23 in front row win 2311 in front row win the case. Like NASCAR, I feel like is in a position right now. It just doesn't look good. Like, I'll be honest, it does not look good on them. Um, and just it based on what I've seen, like 2311 front row suing NASCAR in the first place, that's automatically a warning sign. Now, a bunch of legal victories they've got before their trial. They got NASCAR has gotten exposed in a lot of bad ways over the last few weeks, but like the last year, I guess. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Like it's not looking good for NASCAR. So I think 2311 if I win the case. And what I think's gonna happen, I don't know exactly what's going to be the outcome, but who even freaking fracking knows at this point? But yeah, so there's that. But anyways, yeah, that's my predictions. And I will be covering the NASCAR lawsuit next week whenever I can. Like maybe I'll do like live streams like after every day in trial. Like sorry, I keep on. I just I don't want to get copyrighted. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I'll be doing like follow like I'll try to do as many. I'll try to do some streams like talking about like the lawsuit and all that. Or really the trial when it happens because I'm very intrigued to see what happens because like by the way the judge that's siding with that the judge for 2311 front row I think it's his name is Kenneth Bell pretty sure he was part of the he was part of the court case that basically like got in college athletes paid, which is NIL and all that. Say what you want, but I mean he got that accomplished for college sports. So I mean if he can get that win over that, like it's going to be hard to beat 2011 from I feel like at this point. Like they have a pretty damning case at this point. Like it's a they have a pretty strong case, I will say. Yeah. They're honoring Marshawn Kneeland on the field. Rest in peace. It's a terrible way to end, that's for sure. Rest in peace to Marshawn Kneeland. Anyway, sorry. But yeah, I feel like just who knows what's gonna happen with this lawsuit. Comment down what you think, but now before we end this video, let's do some channel updates. Because I don't really get to do much on here. Because I do it on Mars 07 main channel, Mars Sports. I was gonna say this. I know I haven't really been like very vocal about this. I'm very interested in growing this channel to far places. Like I'm not just interested, like obviously I'm very interested in growing Mars 7, but this one I also want to grow too. Because I feel like sports is one of my favorite things to talk about. Um, and like I can just say go off of what I want when I talk about sports, and I'm planning to like do more stuff on sports. I feel like I want to center this around mainly football and NASCAR, like high school football for Texas, college football, and NFL. I know mainly the last few months I've been talking about college football. It's just I'm kind of going through a phase of my life where I'm more into college football than NFL at this point. I still love the NFL, but college is college is just speaking to me more at this point. Yeah, and high school is high school. Got some good stuff going there too. But in NASCAR, I also want to get some other sports this year. Just, I think I'll have more time on my hands because I'm done with marching band season forever at this point. Well, at least for high school marching band, which kind of sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. Uh, I'm just completely over high school marching band. But anyways, but I do get to have more free time, I guess. Yeah. I know this. I know that NASCAR's in the off season, really in the off season. This is all NASCAR's off season, but like I know what I said. Like it's not really an off season for NASCAR on off the track. But like there's no cars in the track until February unless they're testing. Well, actually, it might be technically January this year. Oh, yeah, I guess technically January, but yeah, February 1st is when the season starts, or when they actually race. No, season really starts when Daytona starts. It's February 15th when the 500 is. Yeah. Well, we're talking about that. I'll be making NASCAR predictions soon once we get all the lawsuit stuff. Once all the lawsuit stuff's over with, I'll do playoff predictions once we actually get a format because like if it's full season, it's gonna be hard to predict because like I don't know how I'm gonna predict that considering like I have to be like race by race at that point. Yeah. 'Cause if it's like a 10 race chase, I'll go back in the day. Yeah, whatever the format is, I'll accommodate to it. Because honestly, I actually like the playoffs. I think it's very, yes, I will admit, it doesn't reward the best champion, the most deserving champion. But I mean, it keeps me hooked. Like, I'll admit, I fully admit, like, the full season, once the champion's locked up, I probably stop watching after that. Not like season locked up. Like, what's the point of watching at that point? Very anticlimactic. Like you're always hooked until the end. That's yeah. But there's that. Yeah. Um, but once all that comes out, we'll do that. And then NFL college picks. I'm sorry I've been posting college picks again this year. I'll make an effort to like at least because I'm making the video still. I'll make an effort to like post them. Like even if it's just like way back. Like I stopped at week 3 and just my life got chaotic. So yeah. But yeah, there's that. But I mean, I might do some NBA content. We'll see about that. Maybe we'll do some stuff. College basketball, try to do some more stuff on that. NHL, I could do some stuff on MLB's in the offseason. And congrats to the Dodgers on winning again. Um, pretty that's funny. They were playing Game 7 at the state at high school state after our Bangkok. But yeah, on the jumbotron. Yeah, there's that. And then I don't really watch soccer. Maybe one day I could cover it MLS. Yeah. Bro, I used, bro. If you're watching this, bro, congrats on your win. But yeah, but there's that. Anyways, though, bro, I swear to God, Ayush is just going off, bro. I swear. He gets one win and he's like on top of the world, bro. I swear. Yeah, anyways. But there's that. Anyways, but thank y'all for watching this video. Well, like basically the next few weeks I'll be doing college stuff. We'll do college playoff predictions when they ready. I'll do bowl projections again this year. I'll do the realignment stuff for UIL this year because that's coming up very soon. Um, Also NFL stuff. Yeah. Anyways, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, have a nice day, and goodbye. See you next one. Peace.